No, no.
What?
No, I'm not giving that back to you.
Hi, everyone.
Lily, can I have a...
Right. Well, welcome everyone to our Monday call. I'm going to go ahead and mute.
Nothing here now. Put it in there.
Super excited that you guys are on. As you know, this is our time every week that we get to come together as a team. We get to learn together, share ideas, learn from sideline and upline, and really just invest in ourselves. And so tonight, we had Kurt Beavers scheduled to call in and train us on recruiting. And tonight, his grandbaby decided to come into the world, or the doctors decided it was coming into the world. So she's having a C-section like an hour ago or something. So he is not able to be on the call, but he is actually going to be with us next week. So, we will still get all the great training, and it's just going to be a week later. So what you're going to get tonight, I'm going to go ahead and do the recording. Oh, it's already recording. Okay. What you're going to get tonight is some awesome training that I got from the Casey Schloss. I went to P4Q school, and this is going to be my version of Casey's training because I took a ton of notes. I thought it was really powerful, and it's really applicable for this time of the year. And I think we'll kind of launch our mindset for Kurt's call next week. So that's what I'm going to get to do. I'm going to kind of pull a couple resources that were shared at P4Q, and I'll be sharing some of those in our PlantStrong team Facebook page after the call, but we'll go ahead and get started. So tonight we're going to be talking about stepping into your greatness. So stepping into greatness in 3 areas. We're going to be focusing on, and in order to step into greatness, we have to change our mindset. You know, most of us don't have a mindset that's geared towards greatness just naturally. You know, maybe our mindset is mediocre. Maybe our mindset is, I just want to get by, or, you know, it can be many things. And so tonight we're going to work on focusing and changing our mindset on 3 areas: on treating our business as an entrepreneur, looking at our business as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. We're going to refocus our mindset on money and talk about that. And then we're going to change our mindset on personal growth. And so the first area that we're going to talk about is just awakening your inner entrepreneur. And there's 4 different points I want to talk about. I want to talk about hiring yourself. I'm going to talk about maximizing your time, crushing procrastination. Anybody struggle with that? And staying on track. Let's kind of go hand in hand. But the first thing is hire yourself. So I want you to think about your work ethic and maybe your performance over the last 6 months. Would you hire you? That's the question I want to pose to you guys tonight. If you think back on, you know, how accountable you've been, how consistent you've been, how, you know, committed maybe you've been over the last 6 months, I want you to think, would you hire you? So when you think of this business as an entrepreneur, you want to think about hiring yourself, because unlike a traditional business or a traditional job, you get to be the boss. You get to have authority. And that's a really awesome thing, but not all of us, most of us don't know how to handle that. We have to grow into that role. We have to come into that and learn what it means to be a boss. And so we get to be the authority, but you know, because most of us don't have business ownership experience in the call tonight, sometimes we have to treat it like a job. So you get to be the boss and you get to make all the decisions and, tell yourself when you're going to work and how hard you're going to work. You get to set the goals and the measurements and all of that. But at the same time, you also have to, if you don't know what it's like to be a business owner, you want to treat it like a job. And what I mean by that is you really want to fiercely protect your time for your business. You want to protect your hours you set for your business. Because if you have a job, if any of you guys have a job, maybe I know Felice is a yoga teacher and, some of you guys are teachers and some of you guys are, have different jobs. Maybe you have a home daycare. You wouldn't just not show up maybe because you just were like, I really need to go to the grocery store, or I want to get a pedicure today, or I'm just not feeling that great. I'm just not going to go. Like, you just wouldn't not show up for a job. But so many times we don't show up for our business. We don't show up for our job. And so I want you guys to start thinking of it as realizing that you're the boss, but treat your business like it's your job, and make sure that you protect those hours that you set, those time frames that you set for your work. We want you to work, well, number one, we want you to show up for yourself like you would show up for others. And that's kind of what I just talked about. We want you to work your business like someone's watching you, like you need that accountability. Think about it. When you do have a boss, someone's watching you, they're making sure that you're doing everything that you're supposed to do. Well, work like someone's watching you in this business, whether you want to really get someone accountable that's going to check in with you daily. Maybe you get someone who's going to check in with you weekly, but that accountability is so important. And then, if you have big goals for this business, you want to be a tough boss on yourself. You want to set a higher standard. A lot of times I've seen this, especially with myself in working out. When I have a personal trainer or Casey Elmore or someone like that coaching me through a workout, I'm so much more likely to work harder, to push harder if I'm in a class than if I do a workout on my own. I might be like, I'll just do like 10 burpees instead of 15 if it's just me, holding myself accountable. So, because we don't hold ourselves a lot of times to a higher standard. And so we need that coach, we need that discipline of someone else. And so I'm really challenging you guys to be a tough boss on yourself, to have high standards for yourself, like somebody else would have for you. The second thing is maximize your time. Your boss is your calendar. If you don't have a calendar for 2018, you need to get on Amazon right now and order one immediately, 2-day shipping for free, because your boss is your calendar. And if you don't have a calendar and you don't have plans and you don't know when you're doing your work in your business, then it's ultimately just not going to happen. A really neat thing that she shared with us is that 5 hours, to work your business 5 hours a week, you just need 20 15-minute increments. So if you want to spend 5 hours a week on your business, you just need 20 15-minute increments. What that looks like is if you want to work Monday through Friday, 5 days, that means 4 times a day you're spending 15 minutes on your business. That's doable. You spend 15 minutes when you first get up. You spend 15 minutes at lunch. You spend 15 minutes maybe at your kid's nap time, or you spend 15 minutes in the evening. So literally in 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week, 15-minute segments, 4 times a day, hours dedicated to your Juice Plus business. If you want to do 6 days a week, you just have to do 15 minutes 3 times a day. So I really encourage you guys to think that way. Think that you don't have to have huge blocks of time or tons of hours. You just have to be focused and use those 15 minutes wisely. She recommended that you win your mornings. Get up early. Get your mindset right. Do your affirmations. Get into the Bible. Get into the Word. Whatever it is that's going to get you feeling calm and peaceful and focused and energized. Maybe you need to work out first thing in the morning. But win your mornings. Get a routine and stick with it. And then set hours for your highest paying activity. We heard about that on last week's call. But the high paying activity is the non-negotiable. These are the things that need to be sacred. They need to be, I have this 15 minutes and I have to reach out to these 5 people and invite them to this call tonight. I have 15 minutes and I have to invite to my event that I'm having at my house. I have 15 minutes. I've got to start 5 new conversations. And you just do that activity, those activity. Next is crush procrastination. Procrastination is our worst enemy when we have goals. It causes a lot of stress. And as you guys know, stress is not good for your health. And so really we want to crush that procrastination. Honestly, if you just do one thing, if you're wanting to procrastinate, but you just commit to yourself, you're going to do one thing, I promise you, you're going to get farther than you think down the road of your checklist. I know for me, the hardest thing about working out is going to the gym, is actually getting myself there. That's the one thing. I just have to get to the gym or get to the yoga studio, and then everything works itself out. I'm going to do the workout once I'm there, but I have to do the one thing. So in your business, if you're procrastinating, do the one thing. Like today, I needed to send out 15 messages for a call that we're hosting on Thursday. And so my one thing, I kept putting it off, was, well, first of all, I put it on my calendar from 5 to 6 p.m. I was going to do this. But my one thing was just to create a list of 15 people. And that was what got me over that hurdle. And I invited 17 and have several people that are going to be going. So just do the one thing. The last thing on this is stay on track. Really have that daily focus and activity. Know when you're going to do the high paying activity. Some people need rewards. You need a carrot. So if you're like, if I check everything off, I get to go to Starbucks. Or if I don't, I'm going to pay for somebody else's Starbucks. Some people want positive, reinforcement. Some people want negative. Like, every time I don't go to the gym, I put $1 into the jar and I have to give it away, or, like whatever works for you. So you can have some kind of positive or negative consequences for doing your work activity. And then lastly, get accountability. Who's going to keep you on track? Is it your spouse? Is it your family? Do you have a goal for your family and your kids want to be a part of it? Like, your kids will keep you on track if they're old enough. If you set a goal and they know about it, and maybe there's a reward for your family if you reach this goal, then your kids are going to keep you accountable. Maybe it's your business buddy, maybe it's an upline, a sideline, or maybe it's just a close friend that you can share with that can keep you accountable to, daily checking in with you or weekly checking in with you. Okay, the next topic is going to be changing our mindset on money. Most people don't like to talk about money. There's a lot of taboo around money, and a lot of people don't want to be in the business for money. But the reality is, we all want a paycheck. We all want to help people. And the beautiful part about our business is we get to do both. We get to earn money. We get to do something important and valuable. And so really, I want you to think about it as, instead of like, people, it's not just either or. It's not just like, oh, she just is selling this to make money, or, she's just selling this to help people. Why can't it be both? For me, I want people to know that I make money and I make a difference. And so one of the things she said was, the slogan, she makes money and a difference. Why can't we have both? Everyone else in every other profession is making money, but they're not all making a difference. Your doctor is making money and a difference. Your chiropractor is making money and a difference. And so, there's nothing wrong with us doing that too. Number two, I want you to ask yourself, if you believe that the Juice Plus products work and that they're beneficial and that they're going to change people's lives and their health, ask yourself, how dare I know what I know and not tell the whole world? How dare I know what I know and not tell the whole world? If we really believe that fruits and vegetables in a capsule are really powerful and can change the health of families, then we have to share. And if we really believe the business model can give families more time with their kids, can provide families opportunities to travel or get people out of corporate jobs, then how can we not tell them what we know? And so I really want you to challenge yourself. Do you have conviction around that? And then lastly, it's now it's about paying it forward. So many people today are looking for a health solution. The wellness industry is going to be $1 billion industry in the next few years, if it's not already. People are looking for jobs and solutions. Women want to stay home. A lot of women are wanting to stay home, but they're wanting to make an income. Cost of living is going up. Parents need 2 household incomes. And so people are looking, and we need to be offering. And so think about it as paying it forward. Sharing the product and sharing the business is about paying it forward to others. So what are the fundamentals that help us to get paid, that help us to make money and to make a difference? It's finding prospects, inviting to events, inviting people to try the products, inviting to calls, inviting people to hear about the business. It's presenting and sharing your story. It's following up. If you do all the other things and you don't follow up, you're not gonna get very far as your paycheck and making a difference. It's getting customers and team. It's launching new team, paying it forward, and it's promoting events. These are the money-making activities, the things that we need to be doing on repeat over and over and over again. So finding prospects, inviting, presenting and sharing your story, following up, getting customers and team, launching new team, and promoting events. Okay, so I want you guys to ask yourself the question, are you ready to own your business? Are you ready to own your business, to take ownership, to be the boss, and to treat it like a job, to give it the respect that it deserves? Today I was listening to Melanie, I can't remember her last name, but she has a podcast called Women Inspiring Women, Melanie Mitro. And today's podcast I listened to was called Own Your Success. And it was really good. It's 25 minutes. You can listen to it on 1.5 speed really fast. But I'm going to share that on our team page so that if you guys want to listen to that podcast, you can listen to it. But it kind of builds on the fact of like owning your business and owning your success. You know, other people can't own it for you. We can help you as much as we can, but you have to own your success. So I love this quote that Casey shared. She said, "It's not what we don't know that prevents us from succeeding. It's what we know that just ain't so that stands in the way." So I'm going to say that again because it's profound and it's kind of like a tongue twister, but it says it's not what we don't know that prevents us from succeeding. It's what we know that just ain't so that stands in the way. And I've seen that over and over as, you know, as a stumbling block for people as they're trying to succeed. It's what they think, it was what's in between their 2 ears right here, those thoughts that just ain't so, that you think and you think you know, that really hold you back. It's not that you don't have enough time. It's not that you don't have enough contacts. It's not that you don't have, you know, the community or whatever. It's just what's in here, what you know that just ain't so, that keeps people from moving forward and succeeding. So our goal, you know, in changing our mindset about money and about money in our business is that we have to free people from financial pain. We all have financial pain. We all have financial struggles. We all have fears around money, or maybe beliefs about money that we don't realize that we have, that hold us back from going after making more money, that hold us back from helping other people make more money. And so I wanted to ask you, you know, what is your mindset on money? And at P4Q, they gave us this handout, and I'm going to type it up and get it to you guys on our PlantStrong page. But it's really powerful. I spent time doing this, and I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about my past that really has affected my future and what I think about money, and has held me back. And so it says, complete the following sentences with the first words that come to mind. Don't censor what you get or look for the right answer. Let yourself go with your very first reaction and do it quickly. You can always change your response later. So I'm going to tell you guys these 12 sentences, and then you can just think through it right now, and then I'll post this on our PlantStrong page tonight or in the morning. So it says, my biggest fear about money is, fill in the blank. My father felt money was blank. My mother felt money was blank. In my family, money caused, fill in the blank. My early experience with money was, fill in the blank. Money equals, fill in the blank. I'm afraid if I have more money, I would blank. I need to blank. When I have money, I usually blank. If I could afford it, I would blank. People with money are blank. And I'd have more money if blank. And so once you go through these 12 questions, you say, what did I learn? How did your early experiences and paternal messages affect you? And what would you like to change? So that's going to be an exercise I'll post on Team PlantStrong, because I think it'll really open up your mind to maybe some mental challenge, some mindset challenges that are holding you back from really making the giant leap forward in your paycheck, in your promotions, things like that, that you may not have thought about. So a lot of misconceptions, there's a lot of misconceptions around that, around having more money or making more money. A lot of people think that having more money, you know, is going to make them greedy, is going to make them, you know, just maybe some adjective that is not unkind, you know, having more money is just going to make you conceited or snobby or whatever. But the reality is having more money just makes you more of what you already are. You guys, if you're a giver with less money, you're going to be a giver with more money. If you're a servant with your money, then you're going to be a servant with more money. If you're a saver with little, you're going to be a saver with a lot. If you are greedy with your little, then you're probably going to be greedy with a lot. And so, you know, having more money doesn't make you bad, doesn't make you a bad person. It's just going to make you more of what you already are. So that's a big mindset shift that we all need to have. And the reality is with this business, our paychecks are a direct reflection of, you know, how many people we help. And we hear that all the time, but we have to constantly tell ourselves that, because the world will tell us like that making money by sharing a product that changes people's lives can be bad, or can be a pyramid, or can be, there's something wrong with that. But there's nothing wrong with that. We're helping people and we're getting compensated, and that's a good thing. So one thing I want to start doing better on our team, and I encourage you to do with your business and your team, is just capture what paychecks are doing for people. You know, think about what your team and your organization, what is their Juice Plus paycheck doing for them? Is it allowing them to pay off debt? Is it allowing them to pay their mortgage? Is it paying a car payment? Is it paying for their family to be on Juice Plus? Like, what is their paycheck allowing them to do? Is it, one of my friends, Nicole Fletcher, when she was working her way to NOD, there was a time where she went to turn the water on and it didn't come on because they didn't have money that month to pay their bills. And, you know, this business allowed her to get to a place where, you know, that's the farthest thing from her mind. And so you never know what offering this business to someone can do for them. It can be the basic necessities, or it can be the extras like vacations. So, so I want you guys to give some thought to that over the next week about just your mindset on money. And the last thing quickly that we're going to talk about is changing your mindset on personal growth. We have to keep growing. If you're not growing, you're dead. If you're not changing, you're dead. And so I want you guys to think about, do you have a goal for 2018 around personal growth? Did you create a goal for yourself around personal growth in 2018? Because if not, I really encourage you to do so. Because, you know, for years, I thought I didn't need personal growth. I thought I didn't have time because I needed to do all these other business building activities. And so I was like, well, personal growth, like reading this book, listening to this podcast, always kind of got pushed to the back. And so when I finally started embracing growing and learning and making a commitment to that every week, I grew as a person, and I was so much better able to grow other people and to lead other people. And we know that, you know, leaders are learners. We know that leaders are readers. We know that you have to know in order to grow. So as you continue to lead, to learn and invest and read and have personal growth as a part of your daily and weekly activity, you're going to grow, you're going to expand, you're going to be able to put that into other, you're going to be able to overflow so that you can deposit it into other people on your team. Because if you're not growing and you're not stretching and imagining a bigger life and a bigger vision and bigger purpose for yourself, then it's really hard to transfer that to your team. And so for me, you know, 3 of mine this year are, I want to read 1 book a month. It doesn't necessarily have to be business related, but I want to learn. I want to read. I listen to 3 podcasts a week while I walk or work out or drive or do the laundry. And my goal is to attend 4 personal development events this year. And so those are 3 things that I've chosen to invest in and make goals around. So I just wanted to share those in case you guys were kind of trying to think of ideas for ways that you can set goals around personal growth. And then, you know, Casey shared this. She said, get obsessed with getting better, with discovering the best version of yourself, and go do it again and again. Say that one more time. Get obsessed with getting better and discovering the best version of yourself, and go out and do it again. It's not a one-time thing. Personal growth, it's not like, oh, I grew, now I can lead and, you know, move forward, I'm done. It's a constant. It's like brushing your teeth, you know, they get clean, but you got to keep brushing them every single day. And so you got to keep that habit. And then another thing she shared was be around those who cause you to level up. And by leveling up, I think it just means who support you, who encourage you, who challenge you to be a better version of yourself, who make you a better person. We know on the MLM podcast, they say, you know, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And so think about, who are you spending time with? Are you spending time with positive Penny or negative Nancy? Are you spending time with people who are lifting you up, who are challenging you, who believe in you, who are, you know, sharpening you as iron sharpens iron? Because we find that there's so many negative people in the world that are just ready to like have a pity party with you or pull you down or get you off track. And those aren't the people who are going to help you excel and to reach your dreams and do the things with this business that you want to do. And I really believe that if you're around people who help you to level up, it's going to help you to recruit up, because you're putting yourself around those people that remind you of the people that you want to attract to your business. And the last thing on personal growth is, just because you can't see change on the outside doesn't mean change isn't happening on the inside. Sometimes it's like a baby chick trying to hatch, you know, out of an egg. You know, there's months or weeks where it doesn't look like anything's happening. You can't see anything changing on the inside, but it goes from like the yolk to a full grown baby chick inside, and then it hatches out, and there's this revealing of all the growth and this breakthrough. And that's what will happen to you guys as you invest in personal growth. You'll have that breakthrough. You'll hatch out of your shell, and you'll see a lot of fruit from that. And so I'm just going to ask you guys this last question. Which of these 3 mindset areas, and I would love, we have like a couple minutes, so if anyone wants to just unmute yourself and share, which of these 3 mindset areas do you want to focus on more in 2018? Do you feel like are areas that you can step into greatness more? So the areas are your mindset on business as an entrepreneur, your mindset on money, or your mindset on personal growth. Anybody want to share?
I would say, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I say for me, it would be just being an entrepreneur and just being more business mindset. I loved how you talked about, you know, those 15-minute chunks of time, because that's so simple, but yet we get so caught up in spending big chunks of time that we often get into the scroll hole, and then the next, you know, and so I love just doing those small bits of time, and then just really focusing on, you know, would you hire you, and you know, being a tough boss on yourself, and your boss is your calendar, and you know, keep those business hours. And so for me, I think that's definitely an area.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen, for sharing. How about we have 2 more people go? Who else wants to share? Which area you feel
I'll
like you
go.
can? Okay.
I agree with Jen. Probably all of them, definitely. But personal growth was kind of one of my goals, which I'm already failing. But I still have like 10 days or 9 days this month to get it done. But my goal was to read a book a month because like last conference, I came home with 5 books and I was like all excited about all of them and haven't done a single thing with any of them. But I have gotten better about listening to podcasts when I'm driving and stuff. And I always feel inspired. So I'm like, I know that's what I need. So that's really something I really need to focus on and make myself get it done.
Awesome. Yep. It's just a matter of moving it up in those priorities and finding the time. You know, we all have the same amount of time. It's just, I mean, what I've been doing is I've been reading, like, no matter what time I go to bed, I've been reading for 15 minutes, or I do one chapter, which depends on the book. You know, I just, like, if I can just read for 10 or 15 minutes a night, I'm going to eventually finish this book, you know? So it's less daunting that way because you can literally set a timer on your phone and be like, okay, like, you're not going to miss that 10 extra minutes of sleep.
Yeah, thank you. That's a good idea.
One more person. Who else wants to share what area you want to grow in 2018? Grow your mindset, change your mindset on.
I'll go. I too am trying to work on the personal growth and then my time management. Those are my 2 biggies right now that I need to work on tremendously.
Awesome. Well, there's a lot of great tools, and I'll be sharing some of the podcasts, and I'll share the tool set on the tool that I went through on the money piece as well. But you know, it's just take a baby step. You know, take a baby step in your time management. Make sure your calendar is filled out. Take a baby step on your just, you know, making this a priority and kind of holding yourself to that accountability. And then, like with personal growth, just set one goal, Sharon. Like, do I want to listen to one podcast a week? If you don't listen to any, or do I want to listen, you know, read one book? I'll do 15 minutes a night, or, you know, just something small, because it really will snowball and you'll get a lot of benefit. So awesome. Well, thank you guys for being on. We appreciate it. And sorry you got me instead of Kurt, but next week he will be here. He doesn't have any more grandchildren on the way that I know of. So he said he'll be here and he's looking forward to being with us. So you guys have an awesome night. Get some good sleep, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
I think, Michelle.
Thank you. Bye.